Hey guys, welcome back to Kitchen Trucks. Today we're making a dish from Romania called sarmale. Now sarmale is normally made by stuffing some cabbage with pork, beef, and rice. But today I'm switching things up because I'm really trying to decrease the amount of meat I eat. So I'm gonna make it with some plant-based meat. I don't really know what it's made out of, but you know what? I'm not worried about it because all that matters is how I season it. And if that doesn't work out, I have another dish that I'm preparing on the side called Mamaliga, and that's Romania's way of making polenta. But let's get started.
So the first thing you're gonna do is start by coring your cabbage. Depending on how big your cabbage is, it might be a little difficult, but just keep cutting to the bottom and you'll get it. I had a difficult time. Next, you're gonna get some herbs. So you're gonna get some dill and some thyme, cut a few sprigs, and bring a large pot of water to boil. Once the water is boiling, you're gonna drop in your dill and thyme and push it to the bottom. Then you're gonna go grab your cabbage and place it core side down over the dill and thyme because you want the cabbage to infuse with the flavor. Let it cook for around 10 minutes or until the cabbage is bright green. Once it's cooked, you're going to start turning the cabbage over onto its side because now it's time to separate the cabbage leaves. So get a plate and get 2 forks and then start separating the outer leaves and then move on to the inner ones. This process doesn't actually take as long as it might seem, and it's actually pretty therapeutic. Here is my big plate of cabbage. I'm going to set this to the side and let it cool. And then I'm going to heat up some oil and start cooking my onions. Make sure to small dice your onions. And cook them for around 4 minutes or until they're translucent. Once they're translucent, you are going to start by adding in some paprika and your tomato paste. And then you're going to mix it all up. Once everything's combined, you're going to add in your uncooked long grain rice. And then you're going to add in more dill. And yes, this recipe has a lot of dill in it, which is why I ended up buying a dill plant from Trader Joe's. And then of course, add in some salt, black pepper, and then the meat of your choice. So I'm going with plant-based. I crumbled it up, added it in, and then mixed it all up. And then that's your filling. It's super easy.
Now we're preparing the cabbage. So first you're gonna cut off this really thick stem and just keep it to the side. Open up your cabbage and you will see that there's 3 perfect triangles that you can make. So you're gonna make those triangles.
You're gonna cut the 3 sections out and then stack them on top of each other and then repeat this process until you're done with all the leaves. Make sure to save all of the thick stems that you place to the side because you're going to grab them at the end and small dice them. There is no wasting cabbage in this recipe.
Once you're done chopping the core in the center, you're going to add in some dill, some salt, and some ground pepper.
And mix it up. Obviously, don't use a plate like I did, use a bowl. It's much easier to mix when you have a bowl. But anyways, now it's time for the best part. You're going to start filling your cabbage rolls. So you're going to take a tablespoon or roughly a tablespoon of filling, place it in the middle, fold it over, fold the sides over, and fold it over again on itself.
There's one.
But that probably didn't make any sense. So let's try it again. You're going to take a cabbage roll and take 1 tablespoon, place it in the middle, then fold the side closest to you over, and then the 2 sides in, and then fold it over onto itself so you close it and there's like a closed seam. Then you're going to repeat this process until you no longer need to fill any more cabbage rolls. Now you're going to prepare to steam.
You're going to start off by putting some thyme sprigs at the bottom and placing half of your chopped cabbage mixture at the bottom as well. You're gonna flatten it out and make a bed. Then you're gonna add some dill.
Yeah, more dill. But then you're gonna get to your cabbage rolls and start placing them seam side down. I just stacked mine. I followed the pattern of my pot. I don't think it matters how you stack it, just to make sure to fill your pot and steam all of your cabbage rolls. After you're done stacking, cover your cabbage rolls with the rest of your cabbage stems. And make sure to move the cabbage around so everything is covered, because we really want the flavor to be super strong. Then you're gonna top off your cabbage with some more tomato paste and move that around too. The last thing you're gonna add is your filling. Traditionally, people add ribs, but once you're done, you're gonna take some warm water and pour it into the pot. Make sure the water comes high enough so that all of your cabbage rolls are actually submerged. Then you're gonna cover it, bring it to a boil, and then reduce it to a simmer.
Let's check on it. Ooh, it's been simmering for over an hour now, so I think it's ready.
And here it is, the finished product. I know that it's not the prettiest, but it was really delicious. And ignore my Mamaliga, it didn't turn out the way I wanted it to, but next time. But the sarmale, absolutely delicious. In the middle, you can add in some sour cream, some vegan sour cream, top it off with some paprika, and then use it as a dipping sauce. It's so good. Definitely make this. Thanks for watching.